what I'm trying to say is that you don't need to know where you're going. Okay, you do have to have a plan, but if you don't know exactly what you need to be doing right now, it's not okay to sit down on the couch and eat chips and watch TV all day. If you really want to have the life of luxury and the life of this and be a hustler and whatever, there's gonna come with sacrifices, you know?
Yeah,
all that bullshit that people say, like, oh, you know, your 20s, you have to have a balance, and if you don't sacrifice that, what you sacrifice is your dream. So
Welcome to 200% Life Podcast. We're having a great time. How you guys doing?
I'm doing amazing.
Very good.
Ater, obviously, our sound engineer, and Laylee, our producer. We're having a good time. I like your swag.
Thank you. 200% as
200,
always.
200 everything. Actually, you know what? Check it out. I'm putting the camera.
Ooh.
200%. The blue, everything's all prototypes. They'll be up for sale here hopefully soon in the next few weeks. We want everybody to have 200% swag. The t-shirts, the hats. I don't know what else we'll have. I don't know, pens. What else do people do?
Everything.
Everything.
Just put 200%.
Gym
you
shorts.
may as well go 200% on merch too.
Yoga pants, everything. We're going to have everything, absolutely. But in the meantime, don't forget to rate, subscribe, comment, watch it in your parties, throw up our episodes. We had an amazing, spicy episode last time. We're getting raved about it. Lots of good and special questions. And obviously, we have started an amazing second season. And, today's episode is going to be amazing. But today, I wanted to bring somebody that has, we've been working hand to hand probably for 7, is that 7?
Since he was born.
So he was born, right? So he was born, right? A very, very unique individual. Probably, I want to say somebody that, is very admirable to hopefully this young generation. I just turned 41. 41, sorry. 41. 41.
Like, wow.
But I feel 21. No, but we have, been fortunate enough, me and Gia, and to be working with this individual for definitely a good amount of years. We were excited. I'm excited to bring him here to the podcast. I think it's a very good inspiration to a lot of the young listeners out there, the young hustlers, right? That's one of our audience, right? The young hustlers, to be able to understand the sacrifice that it takes, the commitment that it takes, okay? And when all your friends are, doing their thing right out of high school and partying and doing the things, and what focus and determination takes, okay? So without further ado, I want to introduce to you guys a very special person to, obviously, our business and or the JD Signature team, which is our real estate team. I want to introduce to you a very important person to our team and to our business, Mr. Victor Avila.
200%, guys.
Let's go.
Mugs for sale soon. Thank you so much, Jeremy. Thank you so much, Lele. Thank you so much, Hater. I just want to say before we start,
of course, go for it.
This has been very honorable for me to get an invite from you. I remember yesterday I was at the gym. And I was like pumping iron, and I was like doing pull-ups, and I get this comment, "Hey, what's up, Jeremy? Oh yeah, you want to be on podcast? Yes. Let's go. I've always wanted to do something like this, so this is exciting. This is exciting for me.
Good stuff. Hey, listen, we're excited to have you because I think your story, and I'm gonna go dig a little deep into it because you've been in our lives for what's 24 minus 18? I've lost 5 years.
Yeah.
No,
7.
6
6 years. Okay, 6 years. Okay, sorry. I only can calculate commissions. So I'm just kidding. So it's very important. So I wanted to bring you on because I think that you bring something very, very unique to our industry or to just business in general. It is a very unfortunate status to our society that there's a pattern,
yes.
right?
Yes,
so there's a
is.
pattern to the somebody right out of high school. You're supposed to go to college, which there's nothing wrong with going to college.
You're supposed
but
to have fun.
You're supposed to have
experiences.
Fun. Yeah. Have experience.
This and that.
Exactly. So a lot of of our young listeners or just people in general right after high school, they just go berserk, right?
Yes.
And they have all the right to. They've been tied down to their parents for a long time. They go to college. It's like adult high school pretty much. Now you can drink. A lot of people can drink or undercover drink, and they just go berserk. And then to maybe find themselves later on in their 20s to then find and decide what they want to do with their lives. They went to college, they didn't know what they want to major. Party, did the things, had like a million relationships like we talked about in the last podcast. So, but I want for you to share, and we're kind of going to walk through this timeline of when you joined our company, and go from there. So I wanted to understand what the sacrifices and the different things that you've gone through to get you what you are. We're going to talk about your success now, currently in 2023, where you're headed, and everything. So, Victor, you joined us at what age?
18.
18 years old.
Yeah, 18 years old, patchy beard, weird hair. This
Here's the
that,
picture. Here's the picture.
Oversized.
Guys, here's the picture.
There you go. I got it right here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was 18. I remember I was getting out of high school. I was getting out of high school, and I was like, well, what's next?
Yeah.
I never saw myself going to college or anything like that. I remember when I was a kid, my dream was to become a professional soccer player.
Okay.
I've been a boxing coach as well.
Yeah.
Trained professional fighters. But my dream as a kid was to become a professional soccer player. And then, about freshman, sophomore year in high school, I started lifting weights.
Nice.
And I fell in love with the fitness aspect of everything. I kind of laid off soccer a little bit. And, now it's like, hey, what am I going to do for a living now? So
Yeah.
at 18, I was like, hey, let me see what I'm going to do. That's when I started like seeing all the ads, the Ty Lopez ads and all this. And hey, knowledge and all this stuff. So I started reading, yada, yada, yada. And, real estate came about. And at 17 years old, I went into get the course, the license course. I signed up for the class. I couldn't take the course until I turned 18. And then September 16 of 2016, I believe, I took the course. I failed it twice. But third time's a charm. And
Let's just kind of dissect that for a minute. So 17 years old, decides that, starts lifting weights, starts discovering himself. Mm-hmm. And again, we have some great role models in the industry. And then people like Ty Lopez, like Billie Jean, big fans,
Yep,
big fans.
Marketing.
Billie Jean is marketing, shout out to you. Those guys, revolutionized what social media was because of the peak of social media in the mid 2010s,
Oh, yeah.
when Facebook and everything was running, these guys, were paying big bucks. Now they're paying more bigger bucks because obviously social media now is more expensive.
Of course.
But to reach, and it's kind of like that hustle mentality, attracting, young individuals like Victor. Mm-hmm. And like Victor, I know a lot of people that got attracted to that and just got into that business mindset. Yeah. So to know that, you had that kind of, determination from a younger age is great. Mm-hmm. So then you decided real estate because...
Drum roll. Money. What everybody gets into real estate at first. I was like, I gotta do something. I gotta do something. I'm not gonna be lazy and just whatever.
Yeah,
if I'm
of
not
course.
gonna go to college, I gotta do something.
Right.
And when I was in school, in high school, I was never like the smartest kid. I didn't even take the SAT.
Oh, really?
I didn't even take the SAT. I was like, hey, whatever. But my friends always told me, like, Victor, you can speak to wall. You can speak to a wall if you want to. You can make friends with everybody. And every single time that I go out with somebody, somebody always sees me, hey, Victor, what's going on? And they're like, oh my God, you know a lot of people. So at 18, I wasn't socially awkward or anything like that. I was able to speak to people. I was able to blend in very well. Like if you take me to different people, I'm able to blend in that scenario. And I was like, hey, real estate, talking to people, and all you have to really do is put in the work. So
put in the work.
That's what we ended up doing. Yeah.
So where was college in the mix? I'm sure just like every Latin parent or Hispanic parent, just like mine, you have to go to college, you have to university. Again, nothing wrong with that, but that's just the mentality, right? So, but what happened with college?
So basically, I did go to college.
Okay. You did? Which college? Let's see. Shout out.
Valencia College.
Valencia.
Ball State.
I'll say, for those of you who know, in Central Florida, Valencia is actually a community college.
It's a community college.
Shout out to my Valencia. I went to Valencia for 2 years as well. So, Kissimmee campus.
Yeah, man. Kissimmee campus.
Kissimmee campus. Osceola campus. There you go.
Osceola campus. The OGs. So, my dad was like, hey, you still need to go do something. You still need to go get a degree and this and that and whatever. And I was like, no, I don't want to do this. Whatever. I want to work. I just want to work. He's like, no, you still need to go. I ended up going. It was dreadful, right? I didn't really end up finishing. I hope my parents don't see this. I didn't really end up finishing because my last semester was when all this stuff started taking off. The real estate started taking off, and I got really busy and this and that, whatever. Became part of the team. So didn't really end up finishing, which I should. I only have one more semester left, so I should end
This
up,
was how old ago? How long ago?
No, dude, this was like a year ago.
Oh, this was
Because
before the
I've
current
been on
ones.
and off. I've been
Oh,
on and off
God.
in college. You know, I take 2 classes here and there. I'm so laid back. I'm a laid back college person. Oh, 2 classes.
Yeah.
I'll take 2 classes one semester, and then the next semester I'll take another 2, and this and that and whatever. You know, eventually I'll end up finishing it. I think I have like maybe 5, 6 classes left, and I should go back to finish it, but you know. It's not in the priorities right now. We're so busy doing stuff, and we're grateful to God and everything that He's been blessing me. Truly, you know,
Yeah.
I am a big believer nowadays that, you know, if you set your mind to something, you ask for it to God, and you put in the work, God will give it to you. So,
Amen. I love it.
Yeah,
I love
amen.
it. So you went to real estate to a different brokerage, not to our brokerage. You were there for a couple months, I think.
Yeah. Oh my God, man. I don't want to say the brokerage, but let me just tell you, man. The office building. It had the you know where it says, like, for example here, like G World Properties or whatever, right? It has a sign, right? The office building was the sign was crooked. It was missing a letter, and at night it wouldn't turn on. So when you walked in, it smelled like cigarettes.
Oh, wow.
You know, and as an 18-year-old walking in, you know, you're motivated, you're hungry, you want to get stuff done. You know, you want to make some money, you want to have a nice car, have a nice watch. You know, the whole dream, right?
Yeah.
And walking into that, it's just. Oh my God, what am I doing? Everybody there was doing rentals and this and that or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, this is not. For me.
Now, for those of you who know, I'm getting there. But for those of you who don't know, as soon as he was with that brokerage, he joined us right afterwards. I think we
Closed
met-
one deal with them and I left.
Exactly.
So bad.
Oh my goodness! And then we came across each other. What was it again?
Town Ferry event.
The Town Fair event. Okay,
Yeah.
I went there to go get some information, and then you were there, but you had seen me before.
Yes. So basically, my
Take this out.
parents, you know, I'm not gonna cap here and say, you know, that I came from oh my God, this struggle life and this and that and whatever. I had to walk 10 miles to go to school. I've been very fortunate that my parents are also successful entrepreneurs, and in their office they have one assistant. Her name, I believe, was Vanessa at the time, and I told her, you know, I got into real estate. I was telling everybody I got into real estate. I tell your mother, I tell your dad, I tell your grandma, I tell even your little nephew. I'm into real estate. I told her, and he's like, oh my God, you know Jeremy Gomez? And I was like, oh yeah, who's that? And she's showing me an Instagram, and I see.
So your dad's assistant.
Yes.
Your dad's assistant.
At the time.
She has seen me somewhere.
Yeah, she knows you apparently personally. Yeah.
Okay.
But she followed you on Instagram, and
What's the last name?
Vanessa
Gutierrez?
No idea.
Oh, yeah, okay, perfect.
She's into the gym though. She's into the
Yeah,
gym.
Vanessa Gutierrez. I know who it is.
Okay,
Yeah,
there
I
you
know who
go.
she is. Yeah.
There she
Damn,
is.
a small world. I didn't even know that. So
Yeah.
I just figured this out today.
Yeah, so
She went to high school with me.
Okay, perfect. That. So she was showing me the Instagram feed, and I'm like, yeah, this is, you know, suits, this, whatever, luxury, yada yada. That's what I need to be in, you know.
Yeah.
I was hesitant because, you know, like, I'm a very loyal person, so once I'm like into something, I try to stay committed to that as much as possible. But I met him at an event, at the Town Ferry event. I was like, Jeremy, and he was like, oh yeah, and I was like, Jeremy, you know, my name is Victor, this and that, I just started real estate, you know, and he's like, cool, man, and I'm like, and then, you know, I don't know, from there, whatever, we got in touch, and, you know, we met at the office.
Yep.
And we took it from there, right?
Perfect. Yeah, and he's been with us since that period of time. You know, and as soon as, you know, you came on board, you know, we noticed you came in suits, you were in ties, suits and ties. So
Yeah.
you're the suit guy, Tyler, right? Just like me.
Definitely.
Right. Today we decided to go casual because this is a podcast.
Yeah, he told me to go casual, but, you know, I would have came in
leather,
here
we're
in
leather.
an Italian suit.
Exactly. So just like me, Victor's always in suits. So we have a love for suits
Yeah.
and perfume,
Yes.
or cologne,
Definitely,
perfume. Absolutely. So he was always like that, which is very, very admirable. Because every time he was at the office, at a meeting, at a showing, whatever, he was always in suits. Which, you know, that spoke at least to me, you know, volumes, because it was like, you know, you gotta care what you dress. And at 18 years old,
Absolutely.
even like that. So
Yeah.
take us from there, though. Okay, so you were with us, or you are still with us, but you did the full real estate full on for about 6, 7, 8 a year, maybe.
A year.
A year,
Yeah,
okay.
a year.
License still with us, by the way. He never
License
took the
still. I
license
never took it out.
So it's just, and then what did you do next?
Okay. All right. All
Talk to
right,
us.
guys. So look, and then I'm about to say something that I haven't even shared with
go.
him. So I think it was my last deal. It was this lady. Man, you know, as an 18-year-old, you are, you know, especially when you're dealing with people's houses. Usually, for an average person, the house is their biggest investment, right? So you never want to let somebody down, right? You never want to let somebody
Yeah.
down. Well, my last deal, it was probably one of those like stressful deals where she sold the house and then we couldn't find her alone and this and that and whatever. And, her dad got involved. Her dad would cuss me out every day.
Oh,
this
wow.
and that, whatever.
At 18 years old.
Yeah, at 18 years old. 18 years old, and my beard didn't even fully connect, right? So, this client of mine, we ended up closing her, but it was literally so stressful. It was the probably one of the most stressful deals that I've had. Well, it's the second because the first one.
Yeah.
Right, the first one, but it was the second most stressful deal that I've had so far. And when that closed, I was like, man, I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to do this no more. There got to be a better way. The grass is greener on the other side, and this and that and whatever. And there was a period of time, guys, where I hated real estate. Like,
really?
Yeah, I hated real estate. Jeremy, like, I know, like, I've never shared that with you, but yeah, there was a period in time where, like, I didn't want to know nothing about real estate. I didn't want to be a realtor. I didn't want to be a salesperson. I didn't want to talk to people. I didn't want to do this. And even though I call myself an extroverted, introverted person, because even though, like, I don't like parties, clubs, or whatever, but when it comes to business, I'll talk to anybody. Right?
Yeah, of course.
So there was a period of time where that happened. I started working at a boxing gym at that time.
Yeah, I remember.
Part-time, right? And I started getting into content creating, right? So I was like, man, what if I can build a business on Instagram and I can become famous and make money out of Instagram and travel the world and this and that and make money while I take a shit, Like, that would be amazing, right? So I started getting into Instagram. I started recording videos about boxing tutorials. I started recording videos about fitness, health, and all that stuff. That within 3 months, it blew up. It blew up like crazy. Right now, I've retired from the name of the Instagram. If you want to go search it up, it's called, can I plug it in?
Yeah, absolutely. Plug it in. It's right here.
Fit Master Vic. I haven't posted in like 7 months since I started back up again because we've been really busy. So I kind of retired from being Fit Master Vic. But yeah, I started that out. And, I grew it to about, I think at the peak, it was 145,000 followers on Instagram.
Nice.
On TikTok, it was like 30,000, something like that. So I was able to build a business around that. I was able to be an online trainer, right?
Okay.
So, and it was good, but the thing was that it was very inconsistent.
Mm-hmm.
It was very inconsistent. And that time period of my life, I know Jeremy sees me and he's like, oh, this kid is a grinder and a hustler and he pushes and pumps and this and that. But that time period of my life was probably one of the most, I guess, finding myself type of period of my life,
right.
Because it was a time period where that little spark in me, that little fire in me that you see now and before was gone. Like, it was gone. Like, it was, I gained like 30, 40 pounds or something like that. I was like 220.
What year was that?
This was 2018.
So you were 20. You were 20.
Yeah, 20.
Right before
yeah,
21.
it was like from like 19 to 21.
19 to 21.
19 to 21. So yeah, man, I started gaining weight. I started waking up really late. I stopped reading like the books and the courses and this and that and whatever. I would wake up at 12 p.m., 1 p.m., 2 p.m. with no clue and
really
no drive, no purpose, no nothing. And it was rough. It was rough because I'm like to myself, and I'm telling you guys this because I know a lot of young people might watch this.
Yeah,
it's okay to sometimes feel like you don't know where you're going. Because for me, I'm the type of person, I'm like, I want to do big things, but like I don't see the road to get there. And what I'm trying to say is that you don't need to know where you're going, okay? You do have to have a plan, but if you don't know exactly what you need to be doing right now, it's not okay to sit down on the couch and eat chips and watch TV all day. It's not.
Yeah,
you
don't have to go anywhere.
You have to do something. You have to get productive, okay? So at that time period, I was doing the Fit Master Vic, this and that, whatever. I was recording videos here and there. I wasn't treating it like a regular business. I started getting into the online training and started making good money. I remember in one weekend, I think I made like $7,000 in like one day.
This is online training.
Just online training.
Online training.
Yeah. So I was like, wow, $7,000. Wow, I'm doing so good. And I was like in another city. I was in Jacksonville. So I was like, wow, I'm doing this from like somewhere else,
guys.
So
So break that down for me. $7,000 was what? What were they paying for?
Okay. So my plans, I don't want to give my whole business structure, in case anybody wants to become an online trainer. But what I would do, the biggest problem with people is that they go into a gym and they hire a personal trainer, right? But the problem is that a personal trainer is really only going to train you for 1 hour, right?
Correct.
1 hour of the day, right? So once you leave that 1 hour of the day, he's going to train you. He's not really going to give you a specific diet or anything. He's just going to, cut out some food and drink water and this and that. But the problem with that is that right when you leave the gym, for some reason, guys, there's always a freaking McDonald's, Burger King right in front of the gym, right? Right when you leave the gym, you can go eat a Big Mac or whatever, and that trainer is not really going to care because he wants you to keep paying him for that 1 hour of training, right? Right. So what I did was I started doing these things called transformation programs, right? So a transformation program, basically, it wasn't training for the hour. It was the result, like me giving you the result, and we can put some clients before and afters here, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll send them over to you.
Here you are.
Yeah, so these are some of my clients that I've trained for the past couple of years. So basically what would happen is whoever wanted to train, the way the sales pitch would go is, listen, I'm not going to train you, but it's a lot cheaper that I don't train you in person. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a training plan with all the exercises, with all the tutorials on how to properly do everything. I'm going to give you the meal plan so you know exactly how much you need to eat, how much protein you need to eat, so that way you drop fat and build muscle at the same time. And I'm going to give you my personal phone number so you can always stay accountable with me. Every single Mondays is going to be weight check. So if for some reason something happens on Monday, I'm going to find out that you didn't do what you were supposed to do. Right? So it was a good way to keeping them accountable and keeping them, up to date. And there was a lot of people that if they really wanted it, they had amazing results. So the way the pricing structure went, it was either paid if they wanted to pay everything in full for the whole program. It was the program was three months. It was $879, right?
Nice.
Or if you wanted to do it monthly, it was $250 monthly. So month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, $250, we got $1,000.
Nice.
Right? Usually people went with the paid in full because I would give them also like some boxing videos or whatever, so that way they could also box and do the transformation program. So that I remember that weekend. That weekend was like the best weekend for me. Like that was like the peak of what I've made in one day, right? As far as
how many clients was that? 7,000.
7, 8.
8? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All in one shot.
All in one shot. Like it was a bam, 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 bam. 10 calls from like 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and boom.
And that was all organic reach.
Yes.
Organic
Instagram.
reach.
Just Instagram, guys. Within that time period, there was no drive. I was just doing it, and it was so inconsistent. I could go do that in one day and then 2 months down the line, not make any money.
Yeah.
That. There was no fire. There was no purpose. There was no drive.
Yeah.
Right? So at that time, I remember, I don't know how it got into my hands. I think it was one of my buddies. He's actually from Brazil. Okay, shout out to Brazil. So he was actually from Brazil. He was telling me he was trying to wholesale a house.
Oh,
I've done wholesaling before.
Here we
go. Before the first year. He was trying to wholesale a house, and but he needed somebody to be over there in the Orlando area, right? Because he needs the contracts and all that stuff, right? So I was like, yeah, bro, I'll help you out. We found a house. We put it on the contract, and then you want me to say numbers, right?
Sure.
Numbers, right?
Talk about numbers. We love numbers.
And then we ended up closing $20K, 10K for me, 10K for him. It was like all in one shot. I think 20-day closing, whatever.
Nice.
And my girlfriend saw that, and she was like, dude, do real estate. Like, what's going on? Like, you gotta do real estate, man. That's what it's at, man. Come on, man. You gotta do real estate. And I was like, I don't know, whatever. At that time where I made that I used that money to me and my girl got an apartment. We were renting an apartment together, so we were living together. And I was like, this is a one-time thing. I'm not doing this again. Whatever, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
And 21 to 22 was rough because there was I was just at home playing Call of Duty.
Oh, really?
I play video games, guys. I don't play them anymore, but yeah.
Call of Duty? Anybody? I play a little bit. Yeah.
Ordering.
Call of Duty? Yeah. Is it Rainbow Six?
No, just Call of Duty.
Oh, just Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, but the whole day it was like an obsession, and doing that and eating bad and not taking care of myself and not feeling like myself because this is who I am now. Like who you guys see is who I actually am. Not feeling like myself. I was like, man, fuck is going on with me? You know,
Yeah.
like what the hell is going on with
And
me?
you were in an apartment with your girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was.
So she was seeing all this stuff.
She was seeing all this stuff. She was like, dude.
And she's working. She's going to get up to work.
She's working. She's a businesswoman too. So she was working. She was getting bumping and hustling, you know. And I was just there I'm in my couch playing Call of Duty, and then she's like, "What are you doing? Like, you know, you gotta go do something. You gotta go do something." Yeah. So, I was like, you know, I'm gonna do the online training. At that time, I was overweight again, so I didn't want to be a trainer again. Be Fit Master Vic, and I'm overweight. And I'm like, yeah, get training plans, and I have this football on me. You know? So I was like, you know what? I gotta get in shape first. I gotta get in shape. Making all these excuses.
When you're in the couch, what were you eating to get this? I'm curious. Just chips.
No, it's just like, you know, bad food, fast food, McDonald's, you know, Burger King, pizza.
I haven't been. I went to the McDonald's after the gala on December for the first time in like years.
Yeah. But you were doing the cheaper stuff. You were doing
no,
McDonald's.
I was doing everything, Jeremy. I was doing everything.
Quarter
Five
pounder?
Guys, Panda, this and that, or whatever.
The value menu from
Everything, Jeremy. Like I would spend myself in a single order of McDonald's like $25. And think about it. Like, listen, like a cheeseburger at McDonald's is like what, like $1, right?
Probably.
So think about how much food I was ordering. I remember my order. I still remember my order to this day. It's a large Coke with a 2 cheeseburger meal, 6-piece chicken nugget, 3 cookies, and 2 caramel sundaes. That was my
not
order.
even
and
one.
I would eat that in one go.
Holy
Boom,
smokes!
in one go.
With no exercise, nothing, just playing Call of Duty.
Yeah, basically.
Couldn't say.
So,
And that's the problem. I mean, that's the problem. I mean, that we all face. I mean, this is fast food nation, right? You know, and it's tough to get, you know, falling into periods of time like Victor fell in, which I'm sure a lot of people can relate. You can fall into it, and there's so much. Like, pick your poison, right? Is it video games? Is it fast food?
Everybody has a kryptonite.
Yeah. Video, fast food, drinking, drugs. I mean, so many things out there. You know, gambling. I don't know, gambling. Strip club. I don't know. People have their guilty pleasures. Yeah. What do you have?
What made you get out of that life, get out of the sofa, and get to the hustle mentality that you have today?
That's a great question. So,
Yes.
Once I started seeing that nothing was really working as far as like the training business, it was so inconsistent. It was so inconsistent. I couldn't live by myself like doing it. You know, it was like, yeah, I'll make 1,000, 5,000, 4,000, 3,000 here and there, but it wasn't like every month. You know.
Yeah. Consistency.
I was like, I got tired of it. I got fed up with it, and you know, there was no drive to film more content. There was no determination. I was waking up. There was no structure. You know.
Yeah.
And I remember at that time, I was like, my girl at the time was like, you need to get back into real estate.
Yeah.
You need to get back. Because I would tell her all these stories of what I would do before when I was a realtor and this and that. And she's like, you need to get back to real estate. And I was like, you know what, babe? I think so. I got to get back into real estate. I remember a day before that, I got a call from you.
Okay.
This is
so that was last year.
Huh?
This was last year.
Six, that call. The
2022. Last year.
Uh-huh.
Last year. I didn't know all this thing was happening. I had no clue. I'm literally, guys, I have no clue. This
no,
is like
I'm being a little.
No, this is great. No.
Yeah. So I got that call from you. I remember at that time I was eating I was at the acai bowl place. I ate like 3 acai bowls drenched with Nutella and peanut butter. That's how bad it was. Yeah. So
But how did you make it? Because when you came and met with me,
I was fit.
yeah.
Yeah,
How?
I was fit, right?
But
I was like kind of like,
Yeah,
you know,
you were
on
like,
the line of going back to what I was, right? So I got the call from you. I was like, Jeremy, I'm getting back into real estate. You're like, bro, I got a team. I'm like, sign me in. I'll do whatever it takes. You know, and
that was June.
It was August.
Oh, it was like June, July, but you wanted to start in August. You wanted to finish a couple things up. I remember. Yeah, I remember.
Yes,
yeah.
It was August. We started.
So from the call to there, you got fit. Is that what it was?
No. I was already in that fitness. But I've always had, like, everybody has their kryptonite, like I said. You know, so like I have a very obsessive, and this is very personal. I have a very obsessive personality, guys. I'm a very intense person. You know, I'm a very either 200% go all in or no, I'm not doing it, right? So that's the reason why I've never tried drugs. That's
Correct.
the reason why I've never been drunk, because I fear myself, and I know myself that if for some reason I end up liking it, I'm gonna become an alcoholic. So I never do it, right? But the problem is that everybody has their kryptonite, and my kryptonite is food. So I've always battled with like sugar and food and trying to balance it out. So at that time, I was fit, but I was still kind of like I was still trying to battle out the sugar and the food and all that stuff. So I was still like fitness, but here and there I would go and have my binge eating days. So.
Got it. Yeah. But so you have to get it off the couch. You're eating McDonald's. You called. We talked, and then like literally you were here like a couple weeks later. You were like normal. I had no clue.
No. That was like before. That was like a couple months. That was the December of what was 2021.
2021.
Ah, 2021. Okay. Yes. Okay. January 2022. I started getting into shape again. It took me 3-4 months.
Okay.
I'll put the before and after here, I guess. I don't know.
It's a
little bit uncensored. It's not uncensored. Yeah, you can put it here.
Put the video of you like holding the belly.
Yeah.
That was January. That was December 2021.
That was from January.
January
him 1st.
Doing the whole checkup in the mirror, and he was like, "This is right before he was holding the belly." That was it.
Yeah. So that was January 1st.
That's on TikTok.
And then it went up to like April. And April was like I was already all right, you know.
Okay.
I was already all right, so.
Good.
Yeah, it was that, man.
So back into real estate, the second phase of, I guess, the real estate career. I mean, we had a call last year in, about summer or so, 2022. He said, I met with him. He's like, I'm interested. Let's go. I got,
no questions asked.
No questions asked, really. I'm ready to go. Just give me a couple weeks. I need to do this, a couple of things, clean up a couple of things. I need to take care of some clients for fitness, and then I can go in full force. And I'll tell you, ever since he came in August of last year, not even been a year, about 7 months now, 7 months, whatever it's been, it's been the same mentality, always in the suits, always, on the phone, and, has proven to get on, exactly what the focus is, just determination and motivation. Just like he says, he hasn't done, drinking and smoking and stuff like that, but he chose his drug, which was sales, success, and getting on that phone and getting deals done.
Oh, yeah. No, and absolutely. And, I don't think I've really mentioned this with the group, but this team, like right when I joined this team, it changed. The spark went back.
Love it.
The spark went back. It was a whole complete 180. Like, this is who I am. Like, this is who I'm meant to be. And I remember there was the time when we had a mastermind. At your house.
Yes.
And Gia was telling me, and this is something that I learned for myself. Gia was saying Gia, your wife, she was saying that she was talking and she was like, you know what, like my life, I'd rather be problems than peace. Right?
Yeah.
I will always have problems, because if you want success, you will always have problems, right?
Problems.
So that I was sitting there and I was like tearing up, and the reason why I'm saying that is because for me to function, and this is what I learned about myself through these 7 months that I've been at it, for me to function and for me to be my very best self, I always have to have my back against the wall, right? And I believe in real estate, if you're getting really, really busy and you got clients on top of you and they're telling you, yo, we got to get this done, whatever, and there's stress and this and that, that's when you're going to get the best out of me,
Yeah.
So with that being said, real estate, I learned myself that whether before I didn't like it or not or whatever, it's what I'm meant to do this. I'm meant to do this. I was born to do this, because it's what gets the best out of me is the hustle, the grind, and the pushing, and I love it. Like I come from an athlete's background, so for me I remember, I think 4 days ago I was on Instagram and I was scrolling, Patrick Bet-David.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was having a motivation quiz. He was like, "Oh, what motivates you? Like, take this quiz to know what motivates you." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna try to take it because I don't know really what motivates me, right?" And when I took the quiz, that was over, and he's like, "What motivates you is competition." And is wanting to be
very competitive.
Guys, I'm so bad with the competition.
Shark Tank.
Shark Tank.
Yes, I am crazy. So what motivates you is competition, is being number one, is always being like the Michael Jordan of what you do, being a perfectionist. For all you zodiac signs, yes, I am a Virgo. I'm a perfectionist. But yeah, that's what really motivates me is being number one, being humbly, because I love everybody, but knowing that in this industry so competitive, but you're still not gonna outwork me. That's what really motivates me. That's what really motivates me. And if you're gonna make 50 calls, I'm gonna make 100. If you're gonna make 100 calls, I'm gonna make 150. If you're gonna knock 3 doors, I'm gonna knock 10. That's what motivates me. So I found myself at that mastermind, and she was saying that, and I was like, wow, this is it. This is what I need to do.
And I said it a couple weeks ago, and there's a reel that we have rolling around is, being unsuccessful or being broke and being successful and having lots of money, you're going to have problems regardless. And actually broke problems are probably even worse than money problems.
Much.
So, and I was telling everybody, let's stop thinking about $3,000 problems, $5,000 problems. I want to have $50,000 problems, $100,000 problems. There's just $1 million problems, because it's just as stressful to have those problems and not to have them. You know what I mean? Or to have the smaller ones, right? Mm-hmm. But then when the smaller one comes around and you're dealing with $100,000 problems, and you get a $2,000 problem, you're like, this is nothing. I can fix it in a snap of a finger.
Right.
You know what I mean? But there's a lot of people that kind of get drowned up in a glass of water over things that really can be fixed very, very quickly. It's just the level of things that you have. So obviously in our industry, we're in real estate, we have the extreme amount of success. I mean, success is always been, because that's part of our business. Right. But with success, you get the stress and you get the pressure and everything. These guys have been with us for, doing this for a while. I mean, you've seen me in stressful situations, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, a lot of people.
A lot of people, right? So it just brings another kind of pressure to it. But like I said, we're building something, right? We're all building our empires. We're all building the business, and that comes with it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I'd rather have those problems than to not have the ones that are the broke problems.
All the time.
Absolutely.
And especially because I know a lot of young men are watching this. It's when you have problems is when you get tested, is when you're character building, is when you're getting motivated. It's when you have a purpose. If you're a man and don't got problems, you don't got a purpose.
Absolutely.
You gotta have problems in your life, because the more problems you got, the more money can be made.
Okay. Absolutely.
I think Elon Musk said that. I think if you want to make a lot of money, figure out what people's problems are.
Yeah. And solutions to problems.
Yeah, have a solution. So
that's just part of the actual game of just business in general. Mm-hmm. We're doing so many things right now, and you're part of the JG Singer team.
Forever.
And as you know, we're growing. We're doing so many different things. We actually, this is the first podcast. This happened 2 days ago. We just had a big transition.
To do this.
Yeah, absolutely. But we just had a big transition in our company, and it just brings new challenges and new things. But we were very happy with the agreements and building a team and building something. Like Victor was one of the many people that said, whatever you're doing, Jeremy, here it is. Just let me sign it. I don't whatever it is, as long as you're involved and Gia's involved and everybody's the same thing. Let's just go. So that speaks volumes. And actually collaborating and doing things together.
Let me say something, Jeremy. So, and for those of you also young people, because I know we're kind of dedicating this to the younger crowd, right?
He's a 24. Again, if you're just listening in or overhearing, the 24-year-old that started was at 18.
Right.
The success story. But yeah.
So you want to make money and you want to start building a career and you want to start being successful. There's gonna become a part of the time where you have to become a yes man for the right reasons, right? For example, what I mean by that is, every time Jeremy told me, "Hey, we got an event," yes. You got to make this call, yes. We got to go do this, yes. You got to you want to do an open house, yes. And that's where all these opportunities come from. Like I remember my first deal with a team was because I was here in the office and I was the only one here. Yeah. Right. You answer the phone, somebody, I'll pass it on to you, and we close them.
Yeah.
So you got to be. As a young person, if you really want to have the life of luxury and the life of this and be a hustler and whatever, there's going to come with sacrifices,
Yeah,
all that bullshit that people say, like, your 20s, you have to have a balance and it's okay to go out here and there and, it's okay to do this and that and whatever. If you want to be number one, if you want to be the best, I'm sorry. that's a sacrifice you have to take, because if you don't sacrifice that, what you sacrifice is your dreams. So.
Worth ethic I think is very important. I mean, we're up early, we're here late. I mean, the last 3 nights we've been here, and some of us have been here, in this room for 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Yesterday I was on the computer at 2 a.m.
and these are the things that behind the scenes, people don't see on social media is that we're actually like literally like I might as well put a mattress in my office because that's it feels like I was just here and I just came in, right. Because that's how much hustle we put into it, and there's a lot of sacrifice. And I started a business owner at a very young age, but I know that I could have done more. I know that I could have just put more in my 20s to be where I actually had kind of a period in time. I don't think I've shared as much, but a period of time that, we took it super easy. We were very successful. We were very well off for a few years right before the crash of the market. And there was times the same thing. Like we were just chilling, working out at 11, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I will eventually get to the office and make some calls,
right.
You know what I mean? And it was there, but, it didn't feel like us. That's the times that felt like we were just wasting days and days and days. Until we had to say, we have to make a turn. We have to focus. And we have to, when we're in it, we're in the matrix. Yes, it's okay to have the day off and stuff like that, but it's always you have to be focused.
You got to be patient and impatient at the same time, guys. And what that means is you have to be patient where things are not going to happen in a month. You're not going to start making $100,000 and $50,000 and $60,000 checks or whatever in a month or 2 or 3 or 4. It's going to take time. Yeah, but what you do have to be impatient is urgency. You have to make your calls. You have to do this. You have to go to open houses. Yeah, there's some days that you want to slack off and, wake up at 8, 9, 10, 12 in the afternoon. That's what you really have to be impatient about. Yeah. Is putting in the work. You have to be impatient, but for the goal long term, you have to be patient.
Yeah, structure is very important. You mentioned a little bit structure.
Oh yeah, I got my planner. My planner.
The planner. No, structure is very important to the point where you're using your planners, calendars, or whatever to actually, especially if you're going to business for yourself. Like we're independent contractors, obviously. You have to work like if you're actually employed because no one's going to tell you otherwise, right? So you have to put into your planner. I have to get up at this time. I have to go to my gym time this time. I have to be, the office time. Start making my calls from this point to this point, and just fill up that calendar. Blank spaces on calendar is like Grant Cardone, by the way, are the devil. Like you literally, if you have a blank space, you need to fill it in with something that's purposeful and meaningful to an actual, movement to your business. So aside from that, though, because I think everything's balanced, and I know we're finishing up here, is how important is health when you're successful? How important is health? And this goes at any age, young, 30s, 40s, 50s. How important is health to an actual, successful business, career, mindset, or attitude?
Right. Well, for me personally, and of course, there's some successful people that there's not a single type of person that's going to be successful. There's fat successful people, overweight people, there's skinny successful people. There's everybody, right? But for me, as far as for me, I need to be looking my best. I need to feel my best. I need to wake up at the best time. I need to have my sleep. I need to have my water. I need to have my diet or whatever. Because if I don't do that, I can't perform. You know, like for example, for me, if I'm overweight, I don't want to get out of bed because my clothes don't fit me. My suits, I already wear them too tight anyways. But if I gain like 5, 10 more pounds, my pants are gonna freaking. I can't even sit down. So for me, health is the number one thing for performance.
Yeah.
Right. All these CRM systems, whatever. For me, is the health. Right.
Health.
Like, if I got my health, I know I'm gonna hustle. I feel good. I look good, and I feel great. And I think that health for. If you don't feel like oh man, I'm so tired the whole day, I don't feel good, I don't feel confident in myself, start working out. Working out.
Anything, right? Just get out there.
Try to go get a 6-pack and then tell me how you feel.
Exactly. No, health is very important, guys. And this is, the younger that you are, and obviously if you're in the 30s, 40s, you're never late to start. But if you got to throw that in the mix because, just like Victor just said, the way that you feel is gonna, people are gonna know, if you feel bad, if you feel like sluggish, if you feel, not looking your best, it's gonna reflect on your productivity, energy, fit, being just eating healthy, avoiding the fast foods and all this good stuff. it's key to actually, being to the best version of yourself and the most productive that you can be. Energy, all that stuff. It's very, very important. So I'm glad we talked about that, because I think it's a very important point. A lot of people miss. A lot of people miss. So, and you can't have nothing unless you have health. Health is wealth, right? Mm-hmm. So, but other than that, man, I mean, we're fast forward now to present date. Victor's doing amazing. He's again proven himself to be focused, determination, and again very competitive. It's really cool, which is really, really cool. But admirable to us that. To us and me, Gia, and our executive editor Jackie, and everybody around you, that always a great pleasure to have you around. Always a great pleasure to have company. Always energetic at the office, and I think everybody's has a really good time just being around you, which kind of bleeds off to the clients as well. And there's people sending you pictures of trying to hook you up with people. You're like, no, I got my girl. I got my girl.
Oh my God, I know she's gonna see this.
It's okay. It's all good.
I'll explain later if you ever watch this, if you got to this point. But yes, an old lady client sending me pictures of her daughter. Oh, look, this is my daughter. I'm like, no.
Yeah. He said, I'm okay. I'm good.
Yeah. I'm good. I make commitments. Commitments are very important.
Commitments is very important. Commitments are very important. Yeah, but it goes with the territory. But I appreciate you being here. And I think it's been great. I mean, I don't even know how long this has been, but it's been it's been amazing. And I just wanted to definitely bring you in to just give. We want to change a lot of people's lives.
Right.
If we can touch one person to hear your story and just change maybe their outlook right now and their motivation. Maybe you're talking to someone right now that's sitting on the couch, has been sitting on the couch for 6 months with the girlfriend or the wife telling you need to get up and do something, and hopefully this speaks to you to change your life and for the better, and just get out there. There's a business and a talent that you have, and you have to explode it and find that passion, just like Victor did, to find that spark and get into the business of anything, wherever moves you. That's what we need to get. So thank you so much. Cheers. This is undisclosed drink.
Water.
All right, guys. So thank you so much. Please don't forget to rate, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you on the next episode of the 200% Life. Thank you.
Thank you.